Why is it that so many men walk away from potentially great relationships? Simply because they misunderstood what was happening in those critical early moments. You meet someone amazing, the connection feels real, and then she throws you a curveball that leaves you confused, maybe even defensive. What just happened? She tested you, and how you respond might determine everything that follows. These tests aren't malicious games, they're windows into how you'll handle real challenges when they inevitably arise. But here's the problem. Most men completely misread these situations. They become defensive, try too hard to impress, or simply don't recognize the test at all. Nobody likes feeling evaluated. Nobody wants to feel like they're constantly auditioning for someone else's life. But what if these tests are actually opportunity, chances to demonstrate who you truly are? Today, I'm breaking down what these tests look like, why women use them, and most importantly, the one response that changes everything. Think about it. How many connections have fizzled because you didn't recognize when she was checking if you were really the man you presented yourself to be? Let's change that today. These tests show up in countless ways, but they're rarely obvious. Maybe she cancels plans last minute to see how you'll react. Maybe she brings up her ex, watching for signs of jealousy. Perhaps she disagrees with you on something trivial to see if you'll stand your ground, or immediately fold to please her. Each moment serves the same purpose, to reveal your character under pressure. But isn't this manipulative, you might think? Shouldn't relationships be built on honest communication? Fair question. But here's what you need to understand. These tests rarely happen consciously. They're instinctive behaviors shaped by evolution and experience. Women have developed these mechanisms because they have had more to lose from choosing the wrong partner. These tests help assess qualities that take time to reveal naturally. Your patience, confidence, and emotional stability. When she tests you, she's not playing games, she's protecting herself. She's trying to see the real you, not the carefully constructed version people present during early dating. When faced with these tests, most men fall into one of three patterns, each sending exactly the wrong message. The first is the pleaser response. You immediately accommodate whatever she asks, regardless of how unreasonable. You drop everything to prove your devotion. You agree with her opinions even when you don't. While this might seem attentive, it actually communicates weakness. It suggests you don't value your own time, boundaries, or opinion. The second pattern is the defensive response. Something triggers your insecurity and you react with irritation. She mentions an ex and you show jealousy. She cancels plans and you respond with passive-aggressive comment. This reveals emotional volatility, a quality that makes women question whether you can handle a real relationship. The third pattern is the game player response. You recognize the test and decide to play one in return. She takes hours to respond, so you deliberately wait longer. She mentions male friends, so you casually bring up female friends to make her jealous. This might seem clever, but it creates a relationship built on manipulation rather than connection. Think about it. All three responses fail for the same reason. They're reactions based on insecurity rather than responses grounded in self-worth. The response that passes virtually every test is disarmingly simple yet powerful. It's what I call grounded authenticity. Grounded authenticity isn't a technique. It's a state of being that communicates tremendous value without saying a word about your value. Here's what it looks like. When she cancels plans last minute, you don't get upset, nor do you immediately accommodate. Instead, you calmly express disappointment but understanding. You suggest an alternative without desperately chasing. When she mentions an ex, you don't show jealousy. You listen with genuine curiosity, perhaps asking an insightful question that shows interest in her experience without feeling threatened. When she disagrees with your opinion, you don't defensively argue nor change your view to match hers. You engage thoughtfully, maintaining your position while respecting hers. The power of grounded authenticity is that it demonstrates several qualities simultaneously. First, emotional stability. You won't be easily rattled by small challenges. Second, healthy boundaries. You respect both her needs and your own. Third, genuine confidence. Not the fragile kind that needs constant validation, but the solid that comes from knowing your worth. And fourth, authenticity. You're not playing a role to win approval. These qualities aren't just attractive in the moment. They're the foundation of the partner most women seek, someone who remains steady when real life starts throwing challenges. At the core, most women are trying to answer one fundamental question. Is this man solid? Not just physically strong or financially stable, but emotionally solid. Will he remain himself under pressure? Can he handle difficulties without falling apart or lashing out? Think about it. In today's world of carefully curated social media profiles, authenticity has become rare and therefore incredibly valuable. When you demonstrate grounded authenticity, you're showing her something she rarely sees. A man who isn't trying to be what he thinks she wants, but is firmly anchored in who he truly is. This addresses a primal need for security, not physical protection or financial provision, but the emotional security that comes from knowing your partner is internally consistent and reliable. When she tests you and you respond with grounded authenticity, What she learns is profoundly reassuring, that you are who you appear to be, that your confidence isn't fragile, and that your interest isn't desperate. Let's make this concrete with a few examples. Scenario 1. She cancels your date an hour before you're supposed to meet. The pleaser says, "No problem at all. Whenever works for you is fine." The defensive says, "Wow, thanks for the last-minute notice. Guess my time doesn't matter." The game player says nothing for days, deliberately making her wonder if you're upset. But grounded authenticity responds, "I was looking forward to seeing you tonight, but I understand things come up. Let's try for next week. Does Tuesday work?" Scenario 2. She mentions an ex-boyfriend during your conversation. The pleaser quickly changes the subject, clearly uncomfortable. The defensive becomes visibly agitated, asking pointed questions. The game player immediately mentions a female friend to create jealousy, but grounded authenticity responds, "That's interesting. What did you learn from that relationship? Think about it." Scenario 3. She asks, "Why would someone like you be interested in someone like me?" The pleaser launches into excessive compliment, trying to convince her of her worth. The defensive takes offense, saying, "What's that supposed to mean?" The game player turns it around with, "I'm still trying to figure that out myself." But grounded authenticity responds, "I'm interested in you because of the quality of our connection. There's something authentic about how we interact that's rare." In each example, grounded authenticity passes the test not by avoiding it or playing into it, but by transcending it entirely. When you consistently respond with grounded authenticity, the tests begin to fade away. Not immediately, but their frequency diminishes significantly. Why? Because they're no longer necessary. In their place grows something far more valuable: trust. You move from a dynamic of evaluation to one of collaboration, from performance to partnership. This transformation doesn't just change how she sees you, it changes how you experience relationships entirely. When you're no longer trying to pass tests, you can be present in a way that wasn't possible before. You can focus on genuine connection rather than strategic responses. And perhaps most importantly, the qualities that make you pass her test: emotional stability, healthy boundaries, genuine confidence, and authenticity are the same qualities that make you a better partner in every way. Think about it. Life itself is the ultimate test of any relationship. Job losses, health challenges, family conflicts, these will test both of you far more intensely than any early dating scenario. But the same quality of grounded authenticity that helps you navigate early tests will serve you throughout your relationship journey. So the next time she tests you, don't react from insecurity. Don't play games in return. Instead, respond with grounded authenticity, the one approach that transforms tests from obstacles into opportunities for genuine connection. Be real, be solid, be authentically you, because that's what she's really looking for and what you deserve to give yourself as well. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, make sure to like and subscribe for more content on building authentic relationships. I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Until next time, stay grounded and authentic.